Hello, good evening. Um,
Hello.
hello, wafters. Our legions of fans are going to be referred to as wafters now. You're all the wafters. My name's Dangle,
I'm Krieg Schmidt.
and we've been away doing sensible grown-up stuff for a little while. We started this YouTube channel at the back end of last year, and we've still been playing bits and pieces, but we never actually managed to get our fingers far enough out of our backsides to really do a video. But now
Out of each other's backsides.
Yeah. Well, I said we don't have one collective backside. Our backside. I was referring. I think it's implicit that it was different backsides.
No, but I mean out of each other's, like as in, get my finger out of your backside and your finger out of my backside.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's implicit too.
I don't
think anybody thought I would put my finger on my own backside.
Oh, right. Okay. Good.
Anyway, you'll have seen, if you've had a look at the channel, that I put up another video a couple of days ago about my new army that I made over the winter and the spring, which is my new Warriors of the Dark Gods armies. So now I am Johnny Two Armies, and I've got a brand new army which I'm really, really proud of. And this army I actually made in secret, and Krieg Schmidt did not know that I was making that army. And we'd agreed that I was going to turn up with my dwarves one evening, and I turned up and I opened my little box, and there was not dwarves inside, there was warriors inside, and there was much rejoicing. And it all been done in completely secret. So this was the first battle that I did with my Warriors of the Dark Gods, and Krieg Schmidt's army was not expecting to see warriors turn up out of the dark. They were expecting to see dwarves. But we made the best of it anyway. It was a jolly good battle.
Yeah, it was quite romantic actually, building an entire army in secret.
I know, it was like a little Valentine's surprise.
Yeah. Although I remember pulling your leg when you arrived, because I was like, it is a lovely army, but you do realise you've got an entirely fearless army against an army designed to use fear.
Yeah, I hadn't realised that, obviously, because I just built an army, but it turned out that it's different fighting against Warriors of the Dark Gods than it is fighting against Dwarven Hulls. But actually, as I found out, it's very different playing as Warriors of the Dark Gods than playing as Dwarven Hulls. And I've only ever played as Dwarven Hulls, and it's very confusing to me to actually have to roll magic dice. There was a few times in the game where I was just like, right, well, I'm casting that, and just bashed my dice down on the table. And Krieg Schmidt was like, are you going to roll those dice, or?
It's not a bound spell. Yeah,
I just have to commit 3 dice to it, don't I? And that's it. It's all very new. So I'm going to whiz through the army lists on the screen, and if you would like to pause and have a read through them, please do. Wait a minute, there's some animations. There's the animations. Oh,
hey!
There's the little flop.
Krieg Schmidt and Dangle.
It's the little wet hot dog flop. Warriors of the Dark Gods, there's my list. Pause it if that's your cup of tea. Dread Elves, you can pause that and have a read if that's your cup of tea. Otherwise, straight to deployment. So this.
Can I just say a quick note on my army list?
Yes.
So I got to go to the Home Nations tournament a few weeks ago because they had a space empty, and so they would take anyone. I stress that I would not normally be anywhere near good enough to qualify for playing in said tournament, and I tried to take as MSU as possible a Dread Elves list, just because my collection of models is really, all the stuff I wanted to use, and so it lent itself very much to an MSU army. And it went too far, I think. I mean, the tournament, the team nature of the tournament, the fact that I was really just there as a meat shield, to take on whoever they didn't want the rest of the team to have to face in each round. Nonetheless, I think I quickly realised that the list just didn't work very well. So this was a slight redesign with slightly bigger Adjudicators list, slightly bigger Obsidian Guard list instead of 2 smallers, slightly bigger Harpies list, and a slight character change as well. And you can probably see from the evocation and witchcraft options that one possibility that I've got is to have Ravenswing and Dance Macabre in the same magic phase. So there's a possibility here for severe re-maneuvering, which was an option that I really wanted to have. So that's it.
So this battle, we rolled Dawn Assault, and we rolled
Capture the Flags.
Capture the Flag, yeah. So it was quite a nice straightforward thing. So I think I actually kept in reserve my chariot and my chimera.
And I kept the Dread Knights and the Mist Leviathan.
Yeah. So we just we rolled this map, and there was the bit. Really, the only difference was who wants the impassable terrain. And I thought, well, I'm going to deny you the impassable terrain, so you can't hide behind stuff. And I'm going to hide behind stuff. So I put my wizard behind there, and I think I'm not very good at deployment. I'm still learning deployment, so I just plopped everything down where I thought I had space. So yeah, don't judge me too much on this split army deployment. I've been caught out before by splitting my army in two, but I was getting complacent. I thought, well, I've got a fast army now. I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, that was what the deployment looked like.
Should we just quickly say which unit's which?
Yeah.
All right. So as you look at the screen, left is my Judicators. Then you've got the Obsidian Guard with the Dread Prince in. Then the auxiliaries, and then the Raptor Chariot, Harpies with the Evocation Master, a Warlock Outcast on the Manticore behind. Then there's the Kraken and the Corsairs by the Forest, so they've got the option to go and be stubborn. And then the 3 units of Shadow Riders. And I think this is pre-Vanguard. So basically my plan was to just Vanguard them out so that I could tie up those 2 outflanking units, the Warriors and the Cavalry.
So on mine, left to right, at the front there is the Warhounds. Behind them is 1 unit of Warrior Knights. Then the row of 5 in a single rank is the Fallen. Behind them is the 8 Chosen of Envy. And I've got a big block of Warriors. Hiding behind the terrain piece is my Sorcerer on the Battle Shrine / Elephant. I've got a unit of Warriors. And then on the extreme right is the 2nd unit of Knights, which has the Chosen Lord within.
And I believe as soon as you deployed your Sorceress behind that impassable terrain, I nicknamed her Heidi.
Yes, she's called Heidi now. She's blonde and she hides. So yeah, Heidi is forevermore. So yeah, I just pushed everything out. So you'll remember that my Warhounds went out in front of the Warrior Knights. And I think this is at the end of the game turn 1. So by this time, I've pushed out. The Warhounds have been charged, and the chariot has overrun into the Warrior Knights. Is that right?
Yeah. So the Obsidian Guard and the chariot charged the Warhounds. The Obsidian Guard rolled a really crap overrun, but the chariot was all right, and so it overran, corner clipped the Knights unit, which was actually a really good result because there's a severe limit on hitting back with the Knights there.
Yeah, and I've never really used chaff before because I only had dwarves. So I was like, well, I've got this cheap unit of Fallen and a cheap unit of Warhound, so I'll push those out front and they'll get charged. But that was a daft thing to do, and I need to think more carefully about that.
I mean, it wasn't that bad because I'm still figuring out how to use the Harpies, and I think I got a bit gung ho and went, "Hey, there's a small unit, and I've got devastating charge, so I'm just going to charge them." But I hadn't really thought it through, and there was no way I was going to break you on one turn, and then on subsequent turns the Harpies are just a bit pitiful. So.
Then on the right-hand side, I've got to the top of the hill there to try and be able to see things to charge, but you've managed to get around beside me with your unit of cavalry.
Just trying to cover as much space as possible there to sort of just try and make you be a bit tentative with those units, try and discourage you from pushing into the throng.
Yeah, so that was game turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
Game turn 2, by this time, Harpies are dead.
Yeah,
that's about all I've managed to accomplish. Heidi has revealed herself from behind the impassable terrain to get closer to being like full range of all of the spells that she's got. And I'm afraid I can't actually remember which spells I took for this game, but she's a wizard master and she has the evocation of the magical heirloom, so lots of hellfire.
I think she. I felt like she suffered from the lack of Veil Walker this game. I mean, we can obviously talk about that either later in this video or in the next video. But I was thinking deploying her on her own like that, keeping her safe at the back. I was thinking, oh, you need Veil Walker.
Yeah, for the extra range and yeah, I guess.
I think I was just trying not to be too overzealous, not be too much of a berserker. I'm still really getting used to Dread Elves, and when I'm getting used to a new army, I tend to just basically play like a berserker. And so I've been trying not to. So I was trying to just be a little bit more cautious and, maybe think a turn ahead rather than going, that is there, I will charge it.
So the Chimera's on. The Chimera went right up to the edge, right along your long board edge to try and get in behind your archer unit.
Oh yeah, it's over there by my phone, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's kind of gone in along the edge and it's kind of going around behind to try and just be a nuisance behind you.
And you must have charged my. So next to my phone, that unit of Shadow Riders, they're fleeing. So you must have charged.
I must have declared the charge, and you've done the false flight and just run off. Yeah, harpies are down. One knight has been killed by the chariot.
2, isn't it, or is it 1? Were they 6?
Yes. So yeah, two knights. 2 knights have been killed by the chariot.
So I think in this one, the knights must have died because in your turn, the knights must have died because in my turn, I've then charged my prince out with the what's it called, Raptor Chariot and the Kraken into your chosen and killed them.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, because the chosen are gone, unit of warriors is gone, knights are gone.
But then the Judicators are there, so the Judicators have obviously charged into the knights. So I don't know how I've... Could you go back one? Sorry. There must have been somehow been... It must have somehow been possible... you know what it is? This is the end of your turn 2, not game turn 2.
Okay,
because on my turn 2, I charged the Judicators into the flank of the knights and killed them. And then on your turn 2, you've done stuff, I guess. I'm not really sure. Either way, the next photo is the end of game turn 3, isn't it? Because I've charged Kraken and Prince and Rat's Chariot into the Chosen and killed them.
Yeah.
And then I did a long charge with the Dread Knights. They're just there on the forest. There's only 2 of them left. Did a long charge into your warriors, backed up by the Warlock Outcast on the Manticore. I think some of the Dread Knights died to dangerous terrain, charging into the forest, and then you killed some more. I think actually you magicked at least 1 to death as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Yeah, and I think by this time, I think it was getting pretty late in the evening, and I think we just decided that we didn't have time to do another turn, didn't we? So yeah. I think we had to call it there, but I think when we walked through exactly what everybody would have done next, I think we kind of quite quickly realized that I had lost too much to pull this back again. The Chimera might have done okay. The Chariot's only just come on. My other ambushing unit has only just come on.
Yeah, it's top right.
It's too slow to do really anything effective by this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got a unit of warriors and a unit of knights with the Chosen Lord inside it. My sorceress is still alive for now, but was very close to death, looking down the barrel of all these Dread Knights and warlocks and chariots and different things. The sorcerer wouldn't have survived much longer. And you've got a flank charge on my warrior unit with your unit of
Shadow Riders.
Riders there as well.
I mean, they wouldn't have. Yeah, they wouldn't have done that much, but they might have held you up for a turn.
Yeah,
you'd have been steadfast, I think, and I think you might even have won that combat because you've got a banner and rank bonus of 3 at the moment. So the Shadow Riders, I think I was saying, wasn't there, that I'm in 2 minds as to whether to keep them as 3 units of 5 or to change them to 2 units of 9, because I keep thinking, well, they've got light lances and ruthless efficiency, and then I keep charging them at things, and then they don't really do very much. And I don't know if I need 3 units of cavalry and the harpies, you know, as chaff. I don't know if that's just too much chaff. But feel free to put your thoughts in the comments, folks.
I think that you're supposed to say comment down below.
Comment down below, like,
comment
share,
down
subscribe.
below if you have any comments on the makeup of Kruschnitz's
I think
units.
When we review the beginning of this video, we'll decide there's been enough commenting about down below, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, well, we've all missed out during lockdown, so it's just
had to finger each
so
other's
this was lots of lessons learned, and I think it's fair to say that I'm definitely, this is my first game as Warrior of the Dark Gods, and I think it's fair to say that you're still trying to get to grips with the Dread Elves as well. So this was a bit of an experimental game for both of us, really. I don't think either of us took the result of this one too seriously.
No.
But
I was saying, wasn't I, that it was nice. It was particularly nice that, you know, you're starting a new army, and I feel like I'm still fairly clueless about, you know, still only just kind of settling on a list that I feel, you know, basically works. So it kind of feels like, you know, getting used to our armies together, if you see what I mean. Rather than one of us being like, oh yeah, I know it inside out, I just do the same thing 150 times, and the other one being total noob.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, we just need to work on gaming more quickly.
Yeah.
It used to take us about 8 hours to get 3 or 4 turns done. We've got it down to about 4 hours now. So we are getting faster, but we just need to get faster.
I mean, things like, certainly speaking for myself, you know, toddler-induced sleep deprivation is a major factor. Just like that time, spoiler, in the next game when I had to just stop. Yeah, I remember you saying, look, just sit down, have a cookie and start again, because I'd cast a spell at you. I'd cast a hex on you that actually made you better. And then I was like, I don't know why I just did that. And you were just like, look, sit down, have some pop and a cookie and start again.
Wind it back. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to finish this one there. But yeah, really grateful for any of the comments. If anybody's got any advice or things that they think that we could have done better, or what would you have done in this situation, it's always nice to hear a little bit of constructive feedback from people. There are lots of people out there who know more than we do, so it's always good to hear from people. And thanks very much for watching, and keep watching for more videos in this channel. Okay.
Thank you very much, folks.
Okay, ta-da.
See you later.
How are you then?